Welcome to Niv Reborn. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we're going to keep on this one. We've got Chromatic Lantern and 3 lands. We got Reborn Hope, Assassin's Trophy. I like it. And we're playing against the Locust God, so hopefully Niv Reborn can survive his dance escapades at Club Buzz with DJ Locust. But yes, welcome. But yes, we are playing against the Locust God. Sorry, I had a quick little chat with our opponent, and they said, "Good luck, Jolt. This is it's DJ Locust." So it's kind of funny. All right, so as far as what we're gonna get down, we'll just go for an Overgrown Tomb. Have that come into play tapped. I will not be banging 2 live, and then anything else we're gonna be passing the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Niv Reborn, some nice value storm, or really just 1,000-year storm. Whenever Niv-Mizzet enters the battlefield, really reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each color pair, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Play against the Locust God, which I will cover in just a second. So let's go Tundra. Go Nature's Lore. Yeah, that'd be good. I'm not getting a little bit ahead. Look at that. Look at that art. Love it. Reminds me of like a... I'm about to look. It reminds me of like G.I. Joe from the 80s for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just the contrasting blue and red. What do we want to grab? Chromatic Lantern. We're really not going to make that much of a... Let's go and grab a red source. Yeah. We'll grab a Stomping Ground, have that come into play tapped, and then we'll pass the turn. That way, if something does happen to Chromatic Lantern, we at least still have a red source. So, we're playing against the Locust God. Whenever you draw a card, create a 1/1 blue and red insect creature token with flying and haste. Then for a 4-mana activation, draw a card, discard a card. Then, whenever the Locust God dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. An opponent's off to a beautiful start. If you ever want to build the Locust God, just add a ton of ramp in there and you get down the Locust God and it's pretty good. Now we do have Prophetic Bolt, but yeah, let's go Chromatic Lantern. So we go Chromatic Lantern, let's go Mana Confluence, and that'll still at least keep on Assassin's Trophy for us. And then anything else we're going to pass the turn. And sorry if I sound a little frantic just now. So I haven't told the channel yet, but I got a puppy, and his name is Sturgill, and he's an Australian cattle dog. And we went outside to walk, and we played earlier. In fact, I'll go ahead and post I'll put a picture up on this. That way you can kind of see Sturgill. But Sturgill is his name, and yeah, so we went for a walk earlier, and he was really tuckered out, and I was like, well, come. And he's just a puppy too. I think he's like 11 or 12 weeks, and I was like, I was going to put him in my recording room, just to let him sit on the blanket, and I gave him a dog treat to eat on, and then I looked over, and he was peeing in the corner, so I said, I gave him to my wife really quick, and said, hey, I can't do this right now. We've got a good game going, so let's go Assassin's Trophy on the Locust God. This is going to not that great of a value play, but, well, we could end up going Prophetic Bolt next turn, because that's just going to give him another land drop. Yeah, let's still go Assassin's Trophy, because we just want to get that commander tax up as high as possible. Want to just bust down the stage at Club Buzz. Hopefully that'll make DJ Locust not really spin any more hits. And also, if you're finding this video via searching for Niv-Mizzet and you haven't seen my channel before, I have a Locust God deck called Club Buzz with DJ Locust. So that is why I'm referring to him as that. If you look at the art, it kind of looks like he would be toss some headsets on him and throw a turntable in front of him. Looks like he'd be a pretty good little DJ. So that's what I always think. We go Wooded Foothills. So I think we just go Niv-Mizzet. I think we just need to get some good... Yeah, let's do that. So let's go Niv-Mizzet. Okay, so we're going to go Niv-Mizzet, then hopefully we can still use Prophetic Bolt on DJ Locust to send it, at least get rid of it next turn. And the good thing is they're at least going to spend next turn trying to get down DJ Locust. So we've got Hydroid Krasis and Void Slime. That, those are both fine. We'll take both of those. And then, I meant to click on Hydroid Krasis. Dang it. Well, actually, Time Wipe. That's going to work out really well. Because if we end up going for Time Wipe next turn, that'll allow us to go for a Niv-Mizzet. And we can get some good stuff going. But yeah, so I've got Sturgill. I've had him for about a week now. And really excited. I've had, if you've been a fan of the channel or a friend of the channel for a minute, you've heard about Dorothy as my cat. And so Sturgill is a new addition to our family. And a nice new furry friend. And I'm really enjoying that. And if you didn't hear my other story, I had a work dog named Scrappy. And unfortunately, he got ran over. It wasn't actually my dog either. It was our neighbor's dog. He just hung out at work with us, but he essentially became my dog because I would drive him to, he'd show up to work every day at 8:30 and I'd drive him home after work to their house right across the street. And so in a way, he's became my dog. And so I've been kind of missing that canine companion. So we got another puppy and I'm really excited to kind of train him and stuff. He already knows how to sit, and I just love playing ball. One of the things that me and Scrappy used to do is we'd play ball all the time, at work. I'd go to the warehouse, and I'd just throw a ball, and he'd chase after me when I'm doing inventory stock checks. So we ended up getting a blue healer because we wanted something that was really like an active breed. And, while our opponent's doing some stuff, this would be a good time to kind of talk about it. So the mom that gave birth to these puppies, she was dumped off at one of our friends' house a week before she gave birth. And so it wasn't even their dog, but they took her in, and a rescue group, like a herding rescue group out of somewhere, they got in contact and they helped. Just amazing. Shout out to them. They sent dog food, puppy wipes, anything that they needed to kind of help raise the puppies, shots and stuff like that. And so that's where we got it from. So we didn't get it from a breeder or anything. It was just a stray dog that gave birth that happened to be a blue healer, and I've always wanted a blue healer, and so there we are. So anyway, he peed in the corner, so I gotta go clean that up here in a little bit. So if DJ Locust ends up closing this one out, then that might be pretty good. All right, so there's beginning with the insects. That's gonna be 5/5, and we can trade with one of these Niv-Mizzets. The good thing about this time wipe is that's gonna be a really good, really just nice, kind of a nice tempo play, because if you can get that commander tax going on the Locust God, that really kind of hurts them from doing stuff. So it would have been nice to have that Hydro Crisis to get some life gain, but that's just that's how Magic goes sometimes. So in fact, let's go ahead and go time wipe. We're just going to straight up go for it. We could, let's go 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, let's see if we can't hit a let's see if we can't hit a land drop for the turn. So let's go Brainstorm. Yeah, so we're going to go Brainstorm, draw 3 cards, put 2 back, and then Limdul's Vault. Let's put Vincer back on top, and then we'll put Void Slime. Actually, we can use Void Slime to counter that target out of the graveyard. That'd be pretty gnarly. So let's hold on to Void Slime. And we want to hold on to Signet. So I think at this point, oh man, this is rough. I think we just get rid of Limdul's Vault, but we can also vault for 1,000 Year Storm, which would be really nice. Let's do that. Let's get rid of Reborn Hope. It's going to be really hard for us to do that. Let's go Volcanic Island. Let's go Izzet Signet. And we're going to add 1 mana to our mana pool and the Izzet Signet, and we're going to add a double white now. Alright, so we're going to return Niv-Mizzet back to the hand. We're going to get rid of the Locust God, get rid of those insects, and we got down Izzet Signet, so we kind of had a nice little, kind of a little bit of a tempo play. I'll return Niv-Mizzet back to our hand, and then the only downside is we did have Void Slime to kind of counter that Locust God trigger to bring it back. So what we can try to do, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so we will have enough mana for that, is once it ends up on the battlefield again, we can go Prophetic Bolt and then go for the Void Slime to kind of stop that interaction from happening. So now what we do need to find with Limdul's Vault is we need to find 1,000 Year Storm. When you're playing against the Locust God and they've got tons of mana rocks on the battlefield, and effects, especially when they're able to kind of cheat that commander tax, there's just times where you just lose the game because they just get a wheel effect down. Do we want to go Voids? Yeah. Oh no, excuse me, we don't have the mana for it. I was getting ready to counter it like we had the mana. So just hoping we don't lose this turn. But yeah, outside of this deck, if you didn't see the deck tech, this is basically just 1,000 Year Storm. Ooh, and then nothing else from our opponent. So we do still have that Prophetic Bolt line of play. So in fact, let's go and do this. Let's just go ahead and pass the turn. We'll go to the end step, and then we'll go for Prophetic Bolt on the Locust God. Yeah, I like that. So let's tap down the extra mana of Chromatic Lantern. So Prophetic Bolt on the Locust God. Okay, so since this is at the end step, they might have some sort of counter magic. Hopefully they don't, but since this is at the end step, that should delay them a turn. So that's why we're going to be kind of keeping my fingers crossed on this one. Now, this may not end up being a really big storm video. There's a lot of pressure. When you have a really good storm video, typically your opponent's not really doing a whole lot of stuff. But with the Locust God, it's kind of one of those deal with me now or you're going to lose the game. So we're really having to kind of burn a lot of these spells when you know, we want to have Thousand Year Storm on the battlefield. So if we don't end up with a good Storm video, at least we're going to have some good back and forth at this point right now. So let's see what our opponent's tapping at for. Stroke of Genius. Target player draws 2 cards. I will take that in a heartbeat. We can survive some blue-red insect tokens. So, and then especially once this Prophetic Bolt resolves, that allows us to go for Void Slime on that delayed trigger, and that'll basically just keep keep the Locust God in the graveyard. So Life from the Loam, we do have 1 fetch land, Cerebral Vortex, and actually let's go Cerebral Vortex, because you know, this is one of those cards that's kind of goofy, but at the beginning of the next incept, so it's going to still sit, yeah. Okay, there we go. I got worried that that was about to send it back and I was misjudged something. So with Cerebral Vortex, if they get a wheel effect going, then we can actually, probably not going to close the game out, but a stormed Cerebral Vortex somehow on our opponent's turn would definitely be a pretty fun way to close it out. In my playtesting, I got to storm Cerebral Vortex like 5 times, and that was some good magic. So we'll see what they get down for the turn. We still have that Void of Slime line of play on the Locust God. This does kind of put us in a spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does put us in a position to where we can Limdol's Vault for Storm the Vault. Deals combat damage, get an artifact treasure token. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So basically what we can do, what I was trying to say, is we can Limdol's Vault for 1,000 Year Storm, put it on top, and then still, no, actually we can't do that because it's going to return at the end of the step, so we cannot do that. I was getting ahead of myself that we could vault and then still leave up Void Slime to kind of counter, but we need to stop that activated ability. And Storm the Vault is so good in a deck like the Locust God, because whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage, you'll create a colorless artifact token, and then you can just add a ton of mana to that. So, and if you've ever thought about building the Locust God, I will say this: it is a wonderfully fun deck to play. I love playing it, but it is very much like, you know, I'm from Texas, and so Whataburgers are like primary fast food places. If you don't know about what Whataburger is, it's basically just like a really good, I don't even want to call it, it's just like a, kind of like an In-N-Out, just a really good In-N-Out, or just kind of a nicer fast food style restaurant. But like, you know, a Whataburger burger's really good, but you don't want to have it every day. And that's kind of like the Locust God. You know, it's a lot of fun to play, but the deck is very, very linear sometimes. You know, it's kind of one of those, at a multiplayer table setting, it's going to draw a lot of hate. And, you know, if you enjoy playing kind of one-trick pony decks, you know, the Locust God, basically it's just get it down, get Thread Dynamo, and just go for a wheel effect. So that's kind of the name of the game. But if you enjoy stuff like that, it's pretty fun. But just before somebody invests, because, you know, some of those wheel effects can be kind of expensive. And so just before somebody kind of invests pretty heavily into the deck, I always like to kind of mention that. So let's see what our opponent's going to grab off of Personal Tutor. Okay, an opponent's going to go for Distant Melody. Choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent that you control of that type. So, and that is a pretty good card for the Locust God. And let's go Void Slime on the Locust God trigger. There we go. And I hate doing this, but it's kind of, my hands are tied. So if you see this video, I don't feel good about it, but it is what it is. I hate leaving a commander in the graveyard. Now, if they do end up getting a shuffle effect, that should kind of send it somewhere. But now we've effectively dealt with the Locust God, so we're going to be able to stop them from doing anything. Do we know, actually, we can vault during our upkeep? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're going to go for our vault during our upkeep. That way we can try to find 1,000 Year Storm. And we're going to be pretty aggressive on this one. There's only 2 insects. We've got a limited amount of time to close this one out. Yeah, we're going to pay 1 life. And the Tendrils, Ral, yeah, let's pay 1 more life. Goblin Electromancer, it's going to pay 1 more life. With Vampiric Tutor, yeah, let's go and pay 1 more life on this one. We'll put that on the bottom. Yidris, let's go 1 more. Counterflux, let's go 1 more. All right, there we go, 1,000 Year Storm. So no, we're not going to pay any life. And for the land drop for the turn, let's go. We want to make sure we get down Sacred Foundry because we need to get some good stuff going. So let's put D-Spark on top of our library. Let's go Gutter Snipe. Let's go Is It Charm. Let's go Sacred Foundry. And let's put 1,000 Year Storm on top. There we go. Okay. That's going to be 1,000 Year Storm. That's going to be just enough mana to go for 1,000 Year Storm. And then hopefully they don't have a counterspell. If they've got a counterspell, they got it. Then we'll have to dig for some other sort of oh, there we go. Okay, good. All right, so we get it to stick. So, and we are playing against blue, so we don't really have to worry about any sort of enchantment destruction. We do have to worry about bounce spells. That's something we do need to watch out for. But right now, it's looking pretty good. You know, at least worst case scenario, even with Cerebral Vortex. So what we can do is we go Reborn Hope. We can bring back, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be 8 total mana. So with Reborn Hope, we can bring back another Vault. If we wanted, actually we can just bring back, no, we need to bring back a multicolored card. So we can bring back Limdul's Vault. And that'll be 2 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Get an extra copy of that. Then that puts us at 4 total mana. And we'll probably end up going as just Thirst for Knowledge, just to dig a little bit deeper. Or if we want to, we can actually just go Niv-Mizzet. That'll be kind of a good way for us to kind of stop some of these insect tokens from hopefully not closing the game out, just 2 at a time. Now, the thing that I am worried about is this Storm the Vault. With this deck, you know, I think I have a different way in my DJ Locust deck that where you can close the game out if you don't have the Locust God, you know, through a different kind of wheel effect or something like Psychosis Crawler. And so if they can get something, or even something like Chandra having the 3/1s, that is definitely something we have to watch out for. So we may need to get some stuff moving next turn, because that's going to be 3, 6, and then 7, 8. So that'll put us down to 2 next turn. If our opponent has any sort of burn, then that might be it. So yeah, we might end up having to kind of get some good stuff going for next turn. The only downside is we do have Thirst for Knowledge, we do have Cerebral Vortex. That does put us in a position to where we can go for it during our opponent's turn. We got Sacred Foundry. So if we shock, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they're going to be getting the Elementals coming down. And they've got Vault online, so they've got a ton of mana. So what we could try to do is Storm on our opponent's turn, but that would put them on a wheel effect, and they're just going to go ahead and close it out. So I think we kind of need to just go and go for it right now. Let's do this. Yeah, we need to Storm off, because that's going to be 8. That's going to put us down to 9. We crack a fetch just to kind of shuffle it up. That's going to put us down to 1. Yeah, I'm not feeling wild about that. So let's do this. Let's go and crack Wooded Foothills. If we end up losing the game, we end up losing the game. So, and this is one of those things that once you have an active 1,000-year storm, you just really need to take advantage of it the turn it comes down. So let's go Tropical Island. Let's go Sacred Foundry. Yeah, we're going to pay 2 live. Let's go Reborn Hope on Limdul's Vault. Yeah, and let's go Thirst for Knowledge. That's going to be that's going to be 6 cards that we can see. I like doing that. So let's go Thirst for Knowledge. And that'll at least give us 2 more copies. And one of the ways that we can kind of get some good action going is Tendrils of Agony or something like that. So we just got to get lucky with this last 4 mana. Past in Flames, that is not going to do much at this point. So let's get rid of Blood Crypt, and we'll get rid of Reflecting Pool. That's going to be 3 more cards. Ooh, Metamorphose, that is certainly a good thing. And then Treasure, Turnabout, okay. So let's get rid of, at this point, we're going to discard Niv, and I think Vault, just because we just can't do any extra copies with that. Metamorphose is exactly what we wanted to see. So we go for Turnabout, and we're going to hold priority on this one. And actually, let's do this. So we go for Metamorphose right now. So it's going to, man, that was a beautiful rip off of Thirst for Knowledge. All right, so we're going to be able to add 6 mana to our mana pool. And then let's go Turnabout. And we're just going to add mana across the board on this. And what I'm going to do in this, I'm just going to go ahead and speed this process up. That way we can just do it a little bit quicker. Okay, so let's do this. I think we can get some really good stuff going. So we go Enlightened Tutor just for 1 white mana. And we might be able to Storm a Cerebral Vortex. Yeah, let's see if we can't. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, so we're going to do Enlightened Tutor. Okay, so we're going to go Prophetic Bolt up top to our opponent. There we go. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. Trying to be definitely very aware of our opponent's time on this. It's going to be 6 copies of Prophetic Bolt. 6 times 4, that's going to be 28. We're going to do same targets. And then we're going to do close it out with Cerebral Vortex. But yeah, look at this Storm action. And major shout out to our opponent for sticking this game out. There's a lot of people that simply just, and that Tendrils of Agony, that'll seal the deal. But there's a lot of people that would kind of scoop in the face of something like this. So very much thank you to our opponent. You know, it's always fun to get to kind of go for some Storm action. and just kind of show off different ways that you can close the game out and without going for combat. So at this point, we're going to try to just work through these prophetic bolts super quick. We're just, at this point, I'm not going for the optimum plays, and I'm just trying to honor our opponent's time that they've sent right here, and I'm just put those on the bottom. Heroic Reinforcements. You can see how good that would be. A storm card. Whoa, that'd be pretty good. All right, so prophetic bolt. But yeah, shout out to Thirst for Knowledge for kicking this whole thing off. You know, it was not looking good with Chandra coming down, and thankfully we were able to close it out. All right, put those on the bottom. We'll grab ourselves our Urborg. And then one more prophetic bolt for 4 more damage. And you definitely see where, you know, having these blue-red just kind of spell slinger, card draw, damage spells really kind of helps you close the game out. You know, helps you kind of push your hand into getting some sort of kind of card advantage at the same time dealing that damage. And let's go Cerebral Vortex to our opponent. That last mana, it's going to be 7 copies of this one. Oh, yes, indeed. And that Treasure Storm kicked was just a really good thing. There we go. So click OK, and you know, it's just a really cool thing to kind of get a Cerebral Vortex storm like this. So anyway, huge shout out to our opponent. They said that they're a friend of the channel, so I really wanted to say thank you for letting us stick that out, and thanks for letting us kind of play the game out. It's always kind of cool to see storm builds go off in that certain manner, but you know, at the same time, you are chewing up a lot of your opponent's time. So I just wanted to say thank you very much, and the Magic Gods, hopefully they'll treat you really well in your next game of Magic, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, you should like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.